All right, welcome back to another week of Ghost in the Scene. Guys,
Hey
we are
guys,
still missing Rob, but the Oscar season is in
Oscar
full swing.
season. Yeah, it is in full swing, baby.
Full tilt because, I mean, the investigation has already started. We already started talking about the directors. We talked about the pictures. Now we're getting into the micro aspects, the actors themselves.
Guess what? Some of those actors aren't even people. They're ghosts.
They're ghosts. But these actors, the five, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actors. Now, I want you to, one of our fans is going to have to keep track of all the numbers that we're going to be throwing here. This is going to be
a lot of numbers.
some heavy math, okay? But out of the 5, I'd say 3 of them are affiliated with ghosts. 2 of them are possessed by ghosts. 1 of them possibly quite be a Russian spy.
Okay, so lay it down. Who are the ghosts? Who are we looking at?
All right.
Who is a boo guy?
Okay, well, Casey Affleck. That's my number 1 guy. Okay?
Yeah.
One, By the Sea. That's his movie, Manchester by the Sea, right?
Yeah.
By the Sea, that sounds like a sailor. Sailors are usually ghosts.
They're usually ghosts. Pirates, ghosts.
Pirates of the Caribbean. If you watch any
movie,
of the Johnny Depp movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, he's a ghost in the first movie.
Yeah.
And then he becomes a real person, a real boy, like Pinocchio in this.
Number 2, and then
Okay, so remember number 2, number 3, 2 plus 3. Pirates of the Caribbean 2 plus 3 is 5.
5, and there's 5 best. It's like they did it on purpose.
Exactly. Now 5. That's the number of years older Denzel Washington is than Viggo Mortensen. Okay.
Yeah.
So Denzel Washington, he is the possessed man. Okay. Possessed with greatness, I believe. In the movie Fences, he acts circles around anybody younger than him. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an old man's game, I believe.
It's an old man's movie. It was very boring.
It was an old man's movie, but Viggo Mortensen is an old man too, and he is a ghost because most old men are ghosts.
That's true. Well, guess what, Hollywood? No one wants to watch a fence for 2 hours. Found that out the hard way. Even if Denzel Washington's playing the fence, it's just not. It's not that interesting. It's still just a fence, and
he plays a really good fence. And that's the thing.
I mean,
and
he does the best
credit
he can.
his acting, because some of these guys, yes, they work with ghosts, but the ghosts give them tricks. They give them the tips from the other side. So and that's why Viggo Mortensen, I think, really shined in Captain Fantastic. They gave him that name, Fantastic, for a reason.
It's like a great job. And I would argue that Viggo Mortensen, I can't even pronounce his name, isn't a ghost. Because if you watch one of my favorite films, Hidalgo, you see the way he handles that horse? Someone that kind and knows his way.
Bareback for maybe half the movie on that horse.
That could be a ghost. That requires too much human emotion.
Here's something that I realized right when you said his name. Okay, now his name is Viggo Mortensen, right? To me, that almost kind of sounds like Viggo Mortician. So maybe he is not a ghost, but maybe he works with the dead. He works with dead bodies, and maybe he maybe takes some of the adrenal glands and he chews on them like beef jerky, and that's what makes him a good actor. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I would agree.
Let's get to Andrew Garfield, I think, because he's the diamond in the rough, but maybe for the other side, for the Russians, the Russian spy. Okay?
You think he's the Russian spy?
I think he's the black sheep of the crew because he's the youngest one. He's got baby blue eyes with that beautiful coiffed hair. He hasn't acted a day in his life. I don't even know. This might be his first movie.
Is he I mean, but
he's a newcomer.
He is a newcomer, but is he as hot as Denzel Washington? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, what do you think? Pretty hot.
Yeah. Well,
that's a screenshot from Fences.
That's pretty hot. I can't disagree with you there, Mark. But if you show a picture with Andrew Garfield, you'll see that there's I mean, he's not maybe not as hot as an entire fence, but by individual parts, you take
Yeah.
you take Andrew Garfield's eyes, and then you take that next to a fence. Andrew Garfield's eyes are always going to win. But that's the thing. He wins people's respect. He lies as a Russian spy.
There you go.
So
he's a spy.
Here's the thing. If anybody has any kind of tips about the Russians hacking emails, especially for Warner Brothers or Fox or Universal, I have a number for people to call. Okay, it is 626-364-7714. I want you to call that number and tell me everything you need to get off your chest about ghosts, paranormal events, anything happening with Johnny Depp, the Oscars, and especially if Andrew Garfield is hacking the Hollywood right now with the Russians' help.
And donate, please, to our GoFundMe page. Let's get Rob safe. Get him safe and warm.
Let's get him back home to his family. We're getting sick and tired of having to front the bill for all of his expenses because the internet is not cheap.
It's not cheap.
His containment unit is getting pretty stinky. So we're gonna need to swap out the filters pretty soon.
Exactly.
So stay in the scene, guys.
Stay in the scene.
We're not done. We still got 2 more weeks left until the Oscars. And so next week we're gonna be coming at you with some more investigations, guys. So see you next week.
See you next week. Stay extreme.
Whoa.